Buns. It's Friday morning. Let's get on the good foot and get on out of here. Head to this job. Okay. Hopefully you guys had a good night's sleep. Got home safely. Work, home, or your destination of choice. Safe and sound yesterday with no hassle, fuss, trouble, problems, and misunderstandings, honey. Now, I did finish watching Startup, and Nick just wanted to be the man. He was just power controlling. He was very possessive. Like, for him, Arachno was his company, and he's the only one that can save it and run it, and everyone else it's not qualified. It's only him. It's him. He was like, I. He was on a power trip. Like, all of them has done some dirt or corruption. From West to Nick, Ronald, Izzy. I was like, oh my goodness gracious. How you gonna sit up there and Nick get a big head and think like the stuff that you did that was illegal was like less jail time in his head, or wasn't as bad as what Ronald needing an alibi, because Ronald actually was with the intentions to go and talk it out with the other neighborhood that his old neighborhood was clashing with, right, or having a rivalry with. He's willing to talk it out for them to negotiate, try to work with each other, and in order to stop the killing in the street and all this, right? But his old crew was not with that program, and Ronald did not know that. He was caught off guard. They pulling guns out of knee braces and everything, fighting and grabbing other people. They done shot up the whole other crew, and Ronald's just standing there like, I don't believe this. What is going on? Like, seriously, what the fuck is the problem? This could have been worked out, squashed. If both of y'all want to still be, willing and dealing with the drugs and whatever it is, you both could still get money and this, that, and the third. That ain't what happened. So when the police came to question Ronald said he was there at work in the conference room because they were having a meeting about the company. A meeting that they had on that particular Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Oh my goodness gracious. So Nick sits up there and says, he backs him up, but the detectives can tell Nick is lying. Nick don't know how to lie. He don't know how to lie to save his life. He know how to lie on the ground once he got punched in the face from Ronald. He got punched twice in the face hard and kicked. Because he was like, oh, so you gonna do me dirty. You gonna do me wrong. You want to take away something that I helped build. Not just you. That I helped build. He said, and you trying to take away what I consider to be my motivation and my purpose on a daily to take care of my family and be okay in life. And so he told him, he said, I know that was you with the broken egg. He said that was like 100 million emails. He was like, so that's 100 million felonies. He said, so just look at it that we have mutual collateral, I think he said damage toward each other or whatever. And basically telling Nick, don't come for me unless I send for you. Don't start none, won't be none. Because you gonna make old Ronald here. I ain't Ronald, I'm just saying. You gonna make Ronald turn back into the old Ronald. He said, because when I first met you that first night, he said, I was going to kill you. He said, no doubt about it in my mind. I was going to kill you. He said, but I didn't. And I was like, woo-wee. he'll walk away so many times, and after that, if it's somebody he don't know, you can get it. But because he started out with Nick and whatnot, I think he had a certain part of himself in his life that Nick, was in, and he, looked at Nick as being friend, as his friend, as his family, someone that he can, trust. And that ain't what was happening. Because in the end, Nick was like, he wanted everybody to be gone. He was looking at Izzy, thinking Izzy would put the virus on the computer. Hell, I thought Izzy did it too. I didn't think about the little the guy that she approached the first time in the drugstore. I didn't think about him. I thought it was Izzy because the way it looked on her face, it was like you did some shit, but you're trying to pretend like you did. So Marissa Sorvino's character did used to be an NSA agent. Then she was recruited by Black Ops of the CIA and of everything. So she was government tied, but I still didn't understand what was up with the satellite phone. I guess so, nobody knew where she was. It wasn't, traceable or whatever. And so all in all, in the end, Ronald helped save the company. And him and Wes's daughter, I still can't remember her name. They saved the company, get the investors, of the guys that shrugged off Wes, who, was looking at him as an old-timer in the business game and didn't really want to, do business with him. So their catch or clause that they had in order to give the $320 million to invest into the company was to have Wes's daughter be the CEO. Now, Ronald said he didn't have a problem with it because they said they didn't like this co-CEO thing. They only wanted to, be dealing with one CEO. And so Ronald was like, okay, I don't have a problem with that. She can be that. As long as I still have a role, a purpose, and a place in this company and still do what I do, I'm good. And before he told them that, before he told Wes and Nick that, right? Nick was like, oh, that's very, admirable of you to want to step down and not be a co-CEO and everything. Once, he said what the Strauss brothers' clause was for giving up the $320 million was for Wes's daughter to be the CEO. Nick's mouth just dropped. Like, huh? And so Wes was like, he was looking at Ronald like, what you mean? You said I? He said, I said I. He said, well, you don't get that final say. He said, well, $320 million means that you have the final say. I. And so he just sitting up there. So it took Wes a minute to come around to agree to that. So he came to his daughter's, her home later on and told her, he apologized for everything that he didn't see and he missed. And he was like, maybe we can run this together, and take this company and do what we have to do, and it just be me and you. And she was like, no, we tried that, remember, at my expense. So shot the other little boy that she approached in the pharmacy. She shot him in the head because the virus that he put on there didn't fully wipe out arachnid. It dropped them from over 100 million subscriber down to 40 because Izzy figured out what was going on and stopped it. So Marissa's character was like, okay, fine, I'll handle it, she'll be handled. That's what she tells the people on the phone. Still don't know who the people are that she's talking to on the phone, right? So that's why it's gotta be a season 4. I don't care if it's the finale, but it's gotta be a season 4. And it just sucks that it has to be a finale because it's such a good show. It should be able to go on from, having a season 4. So, Marissa's character is inside Izzy's home waiting on her because Izzy sees the paperclip on the ground when she gets home. And so she puts her bag down. She takes her dad's gun out of her bag because the day before she went hunting for her dad's gun because she figured that she would go and threaten the lady herself or possibly even try to kill her, right? Herself. And went to the hotel room and, Marissa Sorvino's character is already checked out the room. So she's basically looking around and looking to see, ooh, this is so pretty, y'all. Look at this. Look at that. I wish I would have showed it to you earlier, but I didn't. I didn't capture it. But it was like the sun sitting up over the freeway passage part. It was beautiful. It was beautiful to me. It was so beautiful. By the way. So she sees a paperclip on the ground. So she takes her dad's gun. Izzy takes her dad's gun out of her bag, her backpack. And she goes through the house, trying to go room by room to see where she's at. Well, by the time Izzy makes it to, I don't know if it was her room or her dad's room, whoever's room it was, the second room, Marissa Sorvino's character was behind her with the gun, with the silencer on it. And told Izzy to drop the gun, put her hands up. But before Izzy started walking through the rest of the house, she put her timer on in the kitchen. And so when the timer, they're going toward the kitchen, and Marissa Sorvino character is telling her that she should, that she should kill her. She can make it slow. Who else knows that, who she is or what's going on? And Izzy was like, I already told them. I told them who you were. She told them her real name and all that. And she dragging Izzy by her hair and all this, that, and the third. And she was like, I can make this slow and painful. She was like, do it then. I deserve it. Do it. If you gonna kill me, kill me. Izzy was basically telling her, I don't give a rat's butt anymore. I'm tired of this foolishness, this shiggity. And I was like, oh wow. So the timer goes off and it's ringing, right? Which distracts Marissa Sorvino's character. And so Izzy jumps up and they fighting over the gun. But Izzy forgets that this ain't no girl on the street. She's a special agent. She's special ops. She get down with the get down. So she whooping Izzy tail. I mean, she giving her licks and punches in the face, honey. She got her on the ground. She is choking the living daylights out of Izzy. Izzy is able to grab the bottle. The bottle comes from when they knock over the trash can. So, for this big old Tonka toy 18-wheeler not to see me. Y'all, I'm really just looking at the driver like, what part of the mirrors didn't you see or look at? Oh my goodness gracious. But either way, let me get back to the store, because I ain't trying to start my morning off and be hot and have the woosah. I told y'all I don't do meat and grease. I don't like meat and grease, and I definitely don't like Tonka toys. So I guess everybody, some people trying to give up the back cake secrets this morning. I'm not mad at them. They got things to do. But goodness gracious, this roadway, not rage, roadway, is freeway. Got them going, baby. I mean, got them going. Constable sitting off to the side. But, oh my goodness gracious. But back to the story. So she choking the living daylights out of Izzy. And Izzy grabs a bottle and cracks her over the head. So as she cracks her over her head, she falls off to the side. Izzy's able to get up and get to her gun. Not her gun, because she made Izzy drop her daddy's gun in the room on the floor. Izzy gets to Marissa Sorvino's gun with the silencer. And standing there and telling her, told her, I think she told her don't move or whatever it is, and she was like, we can talk about this, put the gun down or whatever it is. And Izzy was like, no, hand me your phone. And she was like, I don't have a phone. She's like, hand me your phone. So Izzy ain't crazy. So she got her phone, took out the SIM card, broke it in half, and then stomped on the phone. And the SIM card, right? And then Izzy took out her own phone and called Nick. And told Nick that, him and Ronald need to get over to her house. It's about a rat net, this, that. So they're driving there, and, while they're in the vehicle, Nick wants to try to apologize to Ronald, and Ronald was like, save your apology. He said, because from now on, we're not friends, we're not family, we're nothing to each other. We're just co-workers, and that's it for now on, for here on out. We're just co-workers. He said, so save your apology, because I don't believe it. Right? This is what he tells me. And, they get there to Izzy's house. And they knock on the door. When Nick knocks on the door, she don't say anything. So Ronald knocks on the door with his heavy hand stuff, and the door pop open, right? So they come in, and he was like, where you at? What's going on, right? And Izzy was like, I'm back here. And so they go where her voice is, right? And while they're following her voice, they get back there, and they see she's holding a gun to Marissa Sorvino's, at her. And Nick was like, wait, what's going on? No, first Ronald said, I'm out. So he takes out, he turns around and walks away, right? And Nick and Izzy was like, guys, come back here, guys. And Ronald was like, man, no. And we coming around the mountain, y'all. So I want y'all to see as we come around the mountain. You're gonna see that nice sunrise right up there. You see it? We'll be coming around the mountain when she come. We'll be coming around the mountain when she come. We'll be coming around the mountain. We'll be coming around the mountain. We'll be coming around the mountain when she come. Y'all see that sunrise? Well, the sun is out. We didn't catch the sunrise, so I don't know why I keep saying that. I said that yesterday too. But either way, right? So this is the thing, right? And Ronald was like, no, I'm not, I'm out. And Nick was like, man, she didn't already saw your face. She had seen your face. There's nothing you can do about it now. She had saw your face. And so Ronald comes back with Nick, and Izzy starts telling him, like, Nick was like, she's a fraud. She's not who she says she is. And Izzy was like, I know. You know, she used to be NSA, and then she went to Black Ops for CIA. She was like, she's CIA. You know, she's trying to take down Arachnet, and she was like, she was responsible for the crash. And so Ronald's sitting there in the chair and just looking at her like, you're responsible for the 60 million users that they lost, over 60 million users that they lost. And Marissa Sorvino's character was like, no, they ain't interested in me, they're interested in you. She said, because how would I know all that if I didn't recruit you to come back? Like, I didn't sit up and help save you in Cuba and have you come back and work at Arachnet for me. So now they looking at Izzy. And Ronald was like, I don't believe this. And so Ronald at this point is like, his mind is blown. He not only feels betrayed by Nick, he feels betrayed by Izzy. And he's looking like he can't win for losing, from left to right. These two are just screwing him over, running him over, stabbing him over, time and time again, from left to right. Ronald is about through. He is through. So it gets down to it, to where they're sit there and getting into arguments and everything, and the lady was like, just let me go, and Ronald was like, no, Nick was like, she gotta go, you gotta kill her, and Ronald was like, no, we don't. He was like, call the police, and Nick was like, call the police. Then we're all gonna be in jail and prison, because she also know what Nick did for broken egg, right? Nick is a scary cat. So she knows all about that, right? And so while they're sitting there, and Ronald was like, no, you call the police, then the media comes and you expose her that way. That they didn't, you have some black op, CIA agent that's trying to, kill our company. She tried to kill, Izzy, the founder and creator of the company. He was like, that's what we need to do. We need to sit up there and out her. She needs to be outed. Out her. And he was like, Nick was like, are you kidding me? Because he was like, even if we sit up there and out her, they'll send somebody else. Somebody else will be in her place. They will send somebody else. So they all sit there, going back and forth and arguing and whatnot. Baby, why did Nick walk off and go toward their room where Izzy's gun, dad's gun was on the floor? And I'm thinking to myself, like, how you even know that the gun was there on the floor? That part didn't line up at all. Didn't line up at all. So where Nick, because when they came in looking, following Izzy's voice, nothing showed the resemblance that he even looked that way, much less knew that the gun was on the floor back there. So he goes over to the room. He picks up Izzy's gun, dad's gun, and he comes back while they're sitting there trying, Izzy and Ronald going back and forth, what to do, what's right and wrong, and this, that, and the third. And he just comes up and just stays unloading that 38 straight into Marissa Sorvino's character. And everybody was like, oh my gosh. So Ronald tells Nick, give me the gun. Go, just give me the gun. Let go of the gun. Give me the gun. So Ronald takes the gun from Nick, takes the bullets out, like the shell casings. He picks up another one that's on the ground, takes the gun, and tells Nick to throw his keys at Nick, and tell Nick to bring his vehicle around. And Nick is like, huh? And he tells Nick, bring my vehicle around. He said, park it as close as possible to the building. Bring my vehicle around. So Nick goes to bring the vehicle around, right? Close enough to the building. So he said, okay, we need the Izzy goofy self, instead of trying to clean up the blood with paper towels, like it's Bounty or the quicker picker-upper. Like it's just gonna absorb the blood like that. And Ronald was like, no. He was like, you're making it worse. So he grabs the baking soda out of the cabinet. And he's pouring the baking soda over it, right? He's talking about they have to clean it up and whatnot. And he was like, we need some plastic or a tarp. He said we need something to wrap her up in. We need some plastic, something that's heavy duty, something. And she was like, I got a tarp in my car. And he's like, fine. He's like, we can use that. So Izzy brings back the tarp, but she brings back like regular like packing tape. Not, not the thick packing tape, more like Scotch tape. And Ronald was like, what's this? He's like, no, we need like twine or rope, something to tie this up with. So he told Izzy, after she pulls the twine out the drawer, he tells Izzy, okay, grab her arms. Izzy just standing there like, huh? He said, grab her arms. So Izzy grabs her arm, he grabs her leg, they put her in the tarp, right? So by the time Nick comes back upstairs, they already had the woman wrapped up in the tarp, ready to go. So him and Ronald and Izzy are, especially Izzy, struggling about picking up the lady. That's becoming a hard thing to do for her, because her body is supposed to be heavy. And so Nick comes in, he helps, picks up the body, and Ronald grabs the gun, the ammo, and like all the other evidence. And they, the next scene is they're in his vehicle, driving toward, I guess, the Everglades or whatever it is, in order to dump old girl's body, right? Marissa Savino's character's body. And excuse me. To go dump her body. And so they're going out to go do that. Oh, excuse me. They're taking the body out of the trunk of the SUV. Ronald gets all the rest of the evidence, and you see them walking toward I guess the Everglades, the wooded swamp area, right? And you're just watching it, and I was like, so that's how it's gonna end? Is just them just going toward, to go dump the body? Like, how they gonna dump the body or expose the body or whatever it is? I understand you wrap the woman up in tarp and twine and everything. I was like, but like you got still DNA all over the woman, on her clothing, on the tarp, and all that. That's like I don't watch enough movies and TV shows to know they probably can still trace you. And I'm like, so this how it ends? Like, come on now. Crackle, this is the time I got to talk to Crackle. This was your original show, right? I need you to get on the good foot because Netflix is definitely, you know, gave more. Now, I ain't been on Crackle in a minute. Now, I used to watch The Crown on Crackle, because that was a good show to me. But I haven't really watched too many things on Crackle. But Crackle, if you don't sit up and get yourself together and start working on a new season of Startup, I don't know what to tell you. Because Netflix has definitely streamed you a good show to get you good viewage. And people are talking about it. They watching it. For those who watched it in the past and talking about it, and people who are watching it now. You can sit up there and come on with the good foot with the new season. I need you to go ahead and seal it, make it, ink it, and make the new season happen. That's what I need you to do. Make it happen. We need to see Izzy, Ronald, and Nick Scary Cat Good. You know, we need to see Wes's daughter, since she's supposed to be taking over the role as the CEO. Now, what role or what part of the company is Wes going to be in or playing at that point? You know, with the new season. But I don't think the season finale of the season should be season 4. I really think if you get some good writers and stuff in, you can get some more seasons. Not only, you know, each season have 10 shows, 10 episodes, but I think that you can get a few more seasons out of this show, because it's pretty good. Look at the Suit. Suit was a good show. I understand at the end, wasn't very much to go on, you know. But other than that, that was a good show. So if Suits can sit up there, The Crown can sit up there. And what other show was I used to watching back in the day? Well, old boy was a master thief, and he got caught by the FBI, and they conned them into tricking them to help, thinking that he was going to help them. Also, he can be able to find his girlfriend or whatever it was. Or, I forgot the name of the show. I'll think of it later. But either way, if those can be good shows, right? And they stayed on for a long time. And this show can too. Don't play games. Don't play games. I need you to come on. So, but that was the end of the season for Startup, and it was great. It was great. I'm so glad that my best friend told me about it. I'm so glad he told me about the show. And the funny part was, he didn't want to tell me. He didn't know. He was like, well, if she shot old boy, what makes you think she ain't gonna shoot Izzy? He said, have you seen that? He said, are you at that part yet? I said, no. He said, I'm gonna stop talking to you. I said, but thank you for telling me. I said, you could have told me the show and how it is and how it goes down. I said, I still would have watched the show. He's like, well, a lot of people don't want you to tell them the show, because they'd be like, oh, you done told me and I don't want to watch it no more. I said, I ain't that person. I said, I need to know what's going on, because I'm interested enough to know the ins and outs of it, to know the good parts and the juiciness in order to watch the show. I said, so you should have told me. We done made it over here to this garage, y'all. And, shucks, I'm gonna take my mask. Y'all gonna have to go with me downstairs. We gonna have to walk and talk so we can finish this up, right? I was like, you should have told me. Because I still would have watched the show. And which I still was watching the show. And, he was like, well, that's the only reason I didn't tell you. I want to tell you, because people be upset that folks telling them, you know, the movie or a show, and then all of a sudden they don't want to watch it no more because they feel you like you done told them and ruined it, right? I said, well, I ain't there. And but yeah, that was the end of it. So let me go on downstairs, catch the shuttle to get on over here to this job. I appreciate y'all commuting with me this morning, be a part of my drive coming in to work. I pray you have a good day, great day, an awesome day, wonderful day, a beautiful day. And no meet and greets. And definitely, you know, if you can, try to be respectful as possible and not let people work your nerves down to the last of the frizzle frazzles. And I will talk to you guys later, okay? All right, talk to you then.